downstairs. You mean? Girl, I told you I'd be ready. You always got excuses and you know I be on top of things. Punctual my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that celly. You said you needed 5, that was more than 12 ago. Claim you got your hands tied, time stuck like Velcro. Georgia Peach on east side like it's ATL. You lacking, you tripping, you slacking, impatient, be waiting, confused like what happened. You get attitude cause I'm getting mad, cause you wanna take 20 minutes and a half. And on top of that, I gotta get gas out of the freeway, pick up traffic. What the is you doing? We gotta dip, Cardi, yeah. Watch your tick, waiting for that last minute for your hell. Now stop playing games, good, and bring your downstairs. Come on, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Cause you know that time that you wasting, like time that you wasting, like time that you wasting on my time. Took me 20 to get ready, yo. Shower moisturizer and the fit I had on yesterday. Uniform necessities, multiples of everything. Now your neighbor wanna come and speak to me like,
hey, how you doing? I ain't too bad.
ha. Hit her with a few fake laughs. She talking my ear off. It's sympathy I lack. I care about one thing. What up? Anyway, gotta pay a little more if we late to the jack. Gotta jet cause the boat leave at 8. And we got some fur on that upper deck in the orchestra. Gon' play a score for every Oblo project. You ain't scared to change cause it's in coming out your pockets. My fruity and slick, I'm rude a little bit. Don't be acting so appalled. All y'all girl, let it put so much into tonight. And you just don't care. Now stop playing games, gun, bring your downstairs. Come on, girl, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go.
Rushing me, relax, chill, alright?
Tonight, just don't care. Playing games, girl, bring your downstairs.
White tripping. I left something in the house.
Dollar. Hey. DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring the in the. You know I stay with some bad little babies. TGOD baby, know that's a gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Packers, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Green Bay Packers. It's finally time for the main event here in 2025. Away we go in Super Bowl 59. from the gun. He'll hand this off. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Turner. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. This Super Bowl, of course, is a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who have been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, Matt Araiza is sent on to punt. Fielded just inside the 30. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now an option play on second down. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ballgame, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Again, it's Henry. Pushes by another. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another first and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he...
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Derrick Henry. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 14-0. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got the hookup with Dobbs. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. Fires the out route and completes it to Harris. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well, somewhat calm, only down 14-0. So continue to play your game, take the points when they're there, and put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Mahomes going to try and run. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over, because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Inside handoff, Henry shoves him away. 68 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it again with Henry. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And this will be a Packers 1st down as they get this up to about the 42.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try it up the gut with goal. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Cleaned it out left to Doubs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. That's caught at the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. 72 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Chiefs continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Rodgers now to throw. That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this 1st half.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Rodgers again now. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Catch is made by Hardman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this 1st half. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. These 2 teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Finds his receiver, Watson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the Chiefs' 24-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. This pass complete to Melton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on second down. Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Rodgers. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. A big play there for KC. 67 yards. One thing that we know for sure, do not question the arm strength of Patrick Mahomes, one of the strongest around.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now Rodgers, a free play. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. A throw complete to the top. Puts it on the carpet. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Almost time for the final act of this NFL season as we are now. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalpost. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's going to float this one deep right side. This is intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now. And here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. And the busy night for Henry continues. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. And credit the tackle to Brandon Jones.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, right now, it's clearly the defenses that are stealing the spotlight in the biggest stage of sports. That's only the 4th time ever, Charles, that we have seen teams trade interceptions on back-to-back drives in Super Bowl history.
Something so rare, yet special that we're watching, because typically the teams we see playing here on Super Bowl Sunday, they're the ones that know how to limit turnovers. Just goes to show how talented both of these defenses are, that they're still coming through and forcing miscues with a Lombardi trophy on the line.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. The offense on 3rd down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Henry up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They fake the give. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to have it here just past the 25. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give him 30 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He finds Watson. It's caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll try and run with Harris. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Najee Harris punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Rodgers will throw for it. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. For the victory. wins that Lombardi Trophy. You know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
Lights, cam, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown.